The Arctic, an endless realm of white silence and frozen isolation. Beneath its deceptive calm lies one of Earth's most undefeated frontiers, untouched by sunlight for millennia. Scientists once believed this land merely dormant, a slumbering wilderness. But cracks are forming, and beneath them, something stirs beyond comprehension. In satellite footage, vast fractures crawl across sheets of ancient ice. Each fissure reveals what looks like breath from the planet's own lungs, a black vapor pulsing out into the snowstorm winds. To experts, it's methane, they say. But local hunters whisper of something else pushing up from underneath. Descending through boreholes drilled deep into the permafrost, ROV cameras capture something unexpected, echoes, like vibrations of a creature moving slowly below. The signal morphs into deep resonances, rhythmic, deliberate. It's not mechanical, not geological, it feels alive, restrained within the dark. Oceanographers send hydrophones below the frozen layers, capturing a symphony of groans and reverberations. The Arctic shelf creaks as if the ice itself is breathing. Beneath hundreds of feet of pressed silence, there's motion, massive, deliberate, rising just enough to distort the pressure gauges. When an uncrewed submersible ventures deeper, its floodlights reveal something abnormal. The ocean floor is lined with circular indentations, etched perfectly, miles wide, patterns too structured for tectonic drift. The feed cuts suddenly with a burst of static, leaving the data incomplete, the mystery intact. The recovered footage, enhanced in post-analysis, shows shimmering filaments coiling through the abyss. They twist like tendrils of bioluminescent smoke, climbing the camera lens before vanishing. Tracking those coordinates, investigators find the ocean currents unusually warm, as if the ice hides a heat it cannot contain. In a remote field station near Barrow, Alaska, a scientist recounts her final transmission. She saw moving silhouettes beneath a glassy melt pool at midnight sun. The forms shifted against the glowing ice, bending light as though made of fluid metal. Hours later, her signal disappeared into static forever. Government agencies release sanitized reports claiming equipment malfunction, data corruption, and environmental stress. Yet classified memos leak strange readings of sustained low-frequency pulses underneath the continental shelf. They call the origin zone simply, Sector 0. Its radius expands every year. In Greenland's thawing fjords, the ground physically heaves, lifting several inches overnight. Tectonic forces can't explain it, nor can ice pressure. Seismographs chart harmonic vibrations humming through stone, resonating with a pattern foreign to natural geology. It mimics the heartbeat of something colossal. Divers exploring meltwater tunnels enter caverns lined with translucent walls that reflect their own movements seconds later, like a mirror delayed in time. Each reflection grows darker, distorted by the second, until their own silhouettes bend backwards as if resisting their presence. They surface pale and wordless. A crew monitoring subglacial sonar picks up what seems to be a migrating school of creatures the size of cargo vessels. Yet their density suggests they are not hollow, solid, dense, and rhythmic. Moving at a steady pace below the seabed, they travel against current, toward the pole's magnetic deep center. At a research vessel adrift near the Lomonosov Ridge, water temperature spikes suddenly. Instruments detect electrical surges emanating upward through the ocean column. The ship's lights flicker as a massive shadow glides underneath, a silhouette far deeper than the anchor chains, moving silently northward. From orbit, satellites capture a faint, circular distortion under the central Arctic basin. It enlarges yearly, measured now at more than 100 miles across. Scientists claim it's subsurface tectonic uplift, but the overlay matches no known volcanic zone on Earth's geological record. An international icebreaker attempts entry through dense drift ice to deploy submersible pods. But communication ceases abruptly at 20 hours out. The recovered distress log records muffled metallic screams echoing through hull plating, followed by a cabin temperature drop of 20 degrees in under a minute. The locals, the last of the Arctic nomads, recall ancient stories of the hollow below the frost, a place where the sea hides a throat, swallowing entire herds. No myth ever described it so accurately until now, as sonar scans match the contours of what looks disturbingly organic under tons of frozen water. Under infrared imaging, the supposed geological anomaly pulses faintly, like a muscle flexing far beneath the crust. Analysts suggest molten movement, but the rhythm perfectly matches biological respiration, cycling every 9 minutes precisely. The Arctic, it seems, is exhaling through the cracks of the Earth. Reports from neighboring stations tell of magnetic compasses spinning violently, drones losing orientation, and auroras flaring blood red. The solar explanation fails under calm space weather conditions. Something internal is disturbing the pole, something generating its own field deep beneath the ice. In a classified dive log, there's one chilling audio file, 22 seconds of sub-zero silence broken by a sound like a shuddering sigh. Experts at NOAA confirm it has a harmonic range wider than any living whale, reverberating through both air and solid rock. This, they agree, is not from any known life form. Scientists lower thermal probes along a vertical borehole until an abrupt temperature spike vaporizes the cable ends. The melted instruments record a brief view before destruction, a glow, crimson and moving, as though reflected off a vast, shifting membrane instead of rock or magma. The whole collapses almost instantly. During the polar night, expedition teams spot distant lights flickering beneath translucent black ice fields. Each pulse seems to respond to human movement overhead, syncing to heartbeats by proximity. Fear sets in as they realize their own biometrics are mirrored in the ice's flickering patterns. Sonar mapping drones return distorted feedback loops that form complex geometric symbols etched in digital noise. Hidden patterns emerge, resembling ancient petroglyphs from Siberia and Greenland cave systems. Interpreted together, they mark a spiral spreading outward, indicating the anomaly is expanding its reach. Expedition leader Dr. Luce watches the swirling magnetic readings converge. The anomaly has grown to a width greater than modern Manhattan. Something vast stirs beneath. She notes one final entry: it doesn't want to be found. But it is aware of us now. Her hand trembles as the feed fades out. Glaciologists studying ice core samples find fragments embedded with organic fibers resembling cartilage. Under microscopes, cells twitch under light exposure, reviving despite a million years of freeze. The biomass screams silently through chemical reaction, releasing trace gases containing complex protein signatures. Massive plumes of vapor escape from cracks near the substrate. Seismic readings chart rhythmic eruptions functioning like breathing vents. The surrounding water chemistry alters dramatically, suffocating fish instantly, widening their eyes as if boiled from within. Nature, it seems, doesn't belong to itself anymore. Satellite radar pierces the clouds to reveal circular swirls in the ice cover, the same pattern repeated at equidistant points, like an engineered sequence. Mathematical analysis reveals it mimics an eye, centered perfectly at the magnetic north. Something below tracks the position of everything above. Arctic storms intensify beyond measurable norms, lightning igniting across empty horizons. Beneath every strike, echo returns from deep sonar readings double, like energy feeding on induction. The anomaly's pulse synchronizes with thunder itself, perhaps less a natural storm, more a signal broadcast through atmosphere. In dark laboratories thousands of miles away, declassified samples thaw. They emit low vibrational energy detectable even through containment glass, disrupting electronics. The room temperature rises unnaturally despite refrigeration. Researchers begin reporting hallucinations, visions of the abyss gazing back. Archival maps from early explorers show restricted sectors marked long before satellite discovery. Routes veer deliberately away from what's now known as the anomaly zone. Old diaries reference the ice that sang, luring the lost with distant melodies that end abruptly, as if the landscape itself consumed them. Ships sailing close to the pole record sonar echoes resembling whispers translated into frequencies. Computers decode fragments, numbers repeating endlessly, coordinates looping toward an unchartable spot under sea level. It lies deeper than any probe could ever survive, beyond the crust's physical boundaries. At midnight in early spring, an experimental drone captures impossible footage, the ice itself rippling, as if breathing. The white plains sink 2 inches and rebound. Only then do distant icebergs collapse without cause, the movement of something beneath echoing upward like a tectonic exhale. And finally a new satellite passes overhead at the perfect angle, its infrared sensor captures the truth, the pattern beneath mirrors the entire polar shape of our planet's magnetic flow, as if designed. That design now undulates, growing more defined every month, an organism rewriting geology itself. Across the global magnetic network, static interference from the Arctic anomaly begins disrupting navigation systems worldwide. Planes briefly lose satellite lock, compasses misalign at random. The Arctic isn't merely awakening, it's communicating, sending signals across tectonic frequencies humanity barely understands. Below zero dawns pass, the storms quiet for one haunting day. Scientists call this the calm phase, a resting heart before an unseen pulse. Every sensor across the region reads synchronized vibration, exactly 7.2 Hz, resonating through continents. The Earth itself shivers in reply. Now, deep inside a classified polar observatory, a final transmission plays, a single sentence, recorded in a trembling whisper. The ice is not melting, it's thinning for release. Then, silence, absolute and infinite, as the Arctic watches back through its opaque veil of frost and time. Even now, satellites orbit silently, imaging what seems like an immense eye beneath the pole, dark, pulsating, eternally awake. The Arctic secret is not lost, merely waiting. One day soon, when the last ice fractures and daylight strikes its surface, we may meet what has been waiting beneath us all along.